Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This morning, during our Transformational Stories update time, we are being blessed by two of our YOU graduates, Liz Ryburn and Donika Buck, who journeyed earlier this month to Unity Village, Unity's home base, for the International Youth of Unity event. And they're going to share some of those highlights with you as their transformational stories. Come on down, girls. Or up.
I'm on a different level. We got the power of the slideshow today. So, hi, I'm Donika. If you don't know me by now, where have you been all my life? Yeah. I'm Liz. You should know me by now. I've been here all my life. Okay, so IYOU is the International Youth Event. Just like all of our regional YOU camps, this one is international. This year we didn't actually have anyone from other countries, but we had people from all over the US. And we all meet and have a camp. It's really cool. And first off, we wanted to say thank you to the whole congregation for your support. And we're gonna bless you the YOU way. Congregation, we love you, we bless you, and we truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ light that you are. Now we're going to get into our actual talking points. So we chose to each talk about the thing from IYU that impacted us the most. And we also have pictures to click through. So for me, that was my experience with Silent Unity. So if you don't know what Silent Unity is a 24-hour prayer service and stuff that's been going on for years and years and years. There's a prayer vigil going on 24 hours. You can send in your prayers. They'll be prayed on for, I think, a month. Sorry, I have allergies. So that's what Silent Unity is. And we got to do service projects while we were there. Sorry, trying to be. We got to do service projects while we were there, and I signed up for the Silent Unity service project. The things we did in that service project, we had a discussion on what prayer looks like in Unity, which was a really cool discussion. It was just really nice conversation with some of their prayer people and us. Then we made little prayer boxes, which we got to decorate. And the part that impacted me the most is we got to take part in their 24-hour prayer vigil. It is a prayer vigil in a room. You sit in and you pray. You go in for a half hour. People switch out every half hour. And you sit there in prayer holding the space for the hundreds, thousands of names that are in the room who asked for prayer. And I don't really know how to explain it other than it's a really powerful experience. You walk in and you can feel the weight in the room. It's just so much power in that one room, so much presence and power being held for all of these people that you don't even know that you're praying for. I really don't even know how to put it. It was just a really, really powerful experience. I also put together the slideshow that you can see. Also, so that's what it was like for me. It was an amazing experience. And if any of you ever get to go to Silent Unity, I really suggest taking part in that. But also, something they are launching on World Day of Prayer that we found out about while we were there is they're launching a virtual prayer vigil. So anyone in the country can take place in that. You'll be entering on the half hour still, but online. And you can hold that presence online. If you want more information about that, go on YouTube to unityonline.org, and they have a video called World Day of Prayer 2019 Invitation. So that'll be a really cool thing that they're launching on the World Day of Prayer. Specific slide I'm trying to get to. Yeah, but for me, just Silent Unity was the biggest part of IYU to me. I always knew that Silent Unity was a thing, but I didn't know how powerful it was. That was my family while I was there.
All right. Thank you, Liz.
Woo.
And so, like, a couple mediums that you can access that virtual vigil is on. I believe they'll have a YouTube one.
Yeah.
They'll have a YouTube one, but it's also through your You Pray app. They are putting an update to it.
Website. They'll have
Yeah.
a link.
And if you go to their website, they'll have a link. Cool, right? So I guess my most spiritual moment, in YOU, we always have this question when you're aging out. It's like, what's your most spiritual moment in YOU? And definitely this kind of has taken first place so far. We have these things called family groups. And so it's kind of like how you separate the kids outside of their region. So we're the Northwest region. And kind of get them together with other kids so that you can like learn about them on a deeper level. And my family group, honestly, was the best ever. This is my family group. Some of them are from Texas, some of them from, I believe, Virginia, and they're kind of all over the place, and I think that's really cool. And one of the things that we got to do in family group was tie-dye these shirts that we have. And so the theme this year was the art of the universe. So how you're a work of art, how the universe is a work of art, how like everything's connected. And so the hardest part for me was when we were tie-dyeing these shirts, you weren't allowed to tie-dye your own shirt. And I have control issues. So it was very difficult for me to relinquish that control to my family. And so we all tie-dyed each other's shirts, and then like we had to wait for them to dry, but they wouldn't dry fast enough, so we were like, the anxiety was building. And then we finally got to see our shirts, and we're like, whoa, what? So like, and we have each color from each person in your family on this shirt, and I get to take that home with me, and I thought that was very awesome. We have this thing in family group called Heart Talk. It's a very serious moment. Everybody knows it happens, yet we don't talk about it because it is so emotional until it happens. So Heart Talk is kind of sharing within your family group about what's heavy on your heart, whether that be good things or bad things that are happening in your life. And it's a safe place to talk about that. And you're not, in that family group, you're not allowed to share what other people share outside of that group. It's Vegas rules. What happens in the family stays in the family kind of thing. Yeah, we have funny rules too. Talk to me about it. But one of the things that I got to experience with my family group is that we got really emotional. We had a lot of guys in our group, and they're like, I never cry. I've cried like 5 times in my life. And we had Heart Talk, and we were just talking about what was on our heart, and every single one of us was bawling from emotion. And I was like, what? Like, they're like, oh, I've never cried like this before. And I'm like, especially if I feel, because males in our society aren't allowed to share their emotions. They're not allowed to cry because that's a sign of weakness. And so I thought it was awesome that they felt comfortable to do that in front of all of us, and that we were all like emotionally crying with each other, and it was just very powerful because all that emotional energy was going out into the universe. And I saw lightning bugs, y'all, like fireflies, what? Yeah. And so that happened during my Heart Talk, and I was like, whoa, we manifested these fireflies here. A deer's just like jaunting through the place, like, what? And so what's very interesting about this is we have 2 sponsors in our group. So our sponsors are like our adults that help us keep things together. If we need support, they're there for us. And what's really interesting is you'd think having 2 like adults with a bunch of kids, like they'd be separated from the group, but they're really not. And I thought that was very interesting that they were comfortable sharing their emotions with us as well and their experiences, which were a lot similar to our own. And so once we have left this beautiful place, we created a group chat, and we, including the sponsors, we